The most chilling aspect for many people watching this trial is likely to be the demeanor of the defendant. People who are responsible for these types of heinous crimes often do have this detachment from the gravity of what they are accused of doing. You don't commit crimes like this if you are weighted down heavily with the moral implications, at least in most cases. Now, they still have to prove that he's guilty, but I have to say,
something happened inside a Utah courtroom today. Something no one was prepared for. A routine hearing exploded into absolute shock. Judges freezing, attorneys scrambling, the media locked out, and the public forced to leave without warning. For the first time in months, the man allegedly tied to the high-profile Charlie Kirk case stepped into a courtroom, and what happened next stunned everyone watching the live feed. Because within minutes, the judge terminated the broadcast, the room went silent, and an entire chunk of the hearing was placed behind closed doors. But why? Why did the judge shut down the courtroom? Why did security surge? And what did the alleged killer's legal team say that caused such an intense reaction? Tonight, we break down every moment, every twist, every hidden detail, and the courtroom exchange that left even veteran journalists speechless. From the moment the courtroom opened, observers said the energy felt wrong. Not chaotic, not loud, but heavy, like everyone in the room knew something was about to happen. Reporters described the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, as stiff, focused, avoiding eye contact. Security was unusually present, positioned at the doors, watching every face. And then, the judge entered. Gavel sound effect. Immediately, she made it clear, we will be addressing 3 major issues today. And that is when the tension snapped from curiosity into full-on pressure. Because these weren't normal issues, they weren't basic legal updates, they were 3 highly sensitive matters that could influence the entire trajectory of the case.
First in-person appearance in a Utah County courtroom today. The hearing addressed 3 issues, including the audio and transcripts from a closed hearing back in October, as well as a motion for limited intervention filed by media organizations. In fact,
the first issue was the one that electrified journalists, a sealed audio recording from October 14th and a sealed transcript from October 24th. 2 pieces of evidence locked away. Reporters have been trying to access these materials for weeks. Families connected to the case want them opened. Political commentators online have pushed conspiracy theories about what's inside. But the judge wasn't budging. She announced that the first part of the hearing must be closed to determine what stays sealed, what can be released, and what may need to be reclassified. And the moment she said that, the media knew. Something explosive is in that audio. Why was it sealed? Speculation section. Safe. Online discussions propose several possibilities, none confirmed. Rumored sensitive security details, private statements from witnesses, emotional testimony, mentions of protected identities, or details that could influence jury selection. Nothing is public, nothing is confirmed, but the secrecy alone is enough to send the internet spiraling. And today's hearing did not calm that down. The second major issue was the media intervention motion filed by several news organizations. They argued the public has a right to know what's happening in this case. The defense argued releasing sensitive material could compromise court security. The state added concerns of their own. And then the tension escalated when the judge stated point blank, all members of the public and the press will be excused. And that included journalists, observers, casual attendees, even the defendant's own family. This move shocked everyone. Reporters in the hallway described the moment like a bomb dropping. People looked around, confused. Some protested, but the judge's tone made clear that this wasn't negotiable. This is where the hearing took an unexpected emotional turn. Robinson's attorney asked, "Your Honor, may his family remain?" Suddenly, the courtroom froze. Cameras panned. The defendant looked up for the first time. This was personal. His father, his mother, his brother, all present. They wanted to stay. But then the state objected. They argued that what was about to be discussed involved court procedures and security issues that couldn't be shared, even with family. Observers say the mood shifted instantly. Some say the defendant looked shaken hearing the objection. And the judge, she delivered a ruling that stunned the room. They will be excluded as well, given the sensitivity. This moment triggered an avalanche of online reactions. Some said the judge was being fair. Others accused the court of hiding something. Some supporters of Charlie Kirk argued transparency was essential. Critics said security takes priority. But no matter what side people fell on, the emotional weight of that decision rippled through the entire hallway. The third major topic was the state's motion to amend or clarify the publicity order, commonly referred to online as the gag order. Why does this matter? Because gag orders decide who can say what publicly, what the media can report, what witnesses are allowed to discuss, and how much the public learns about the case. Sources say this case is unusually sensitive because it touches both political impact and public safety. Some believe new social media posts influenced the request. Others think leaked documents might have triggered concern. Again, not confirmed, but today's arguments made clear both sides fear that public discourse could interfere with the legal process. This was the moment everyone talked about online. The judge ordered transmission be terminated temporarily. The live feed went black. Social media exploded instantly. Thread after thread. What are they hiding? Why did they cut the broadcast? This case is getting darker. Is new evidence coming? Reporters outside looked stunned, with one describing the atmosphere as the kind of silence where everyone is afraid to breathe. That single decision added more mystery than any transcript ever could. To keep this safe and compliant, these are not facts. These are not accusations. These are theories discussed publicly online, reported by journalists and legal analysts. 1. Sensitive security protocols. Some analysts say the closed session may involve threats made towards the courtroom or participants, very common in high-profile political cases. 2. Psychological evaluations. In many cases, early mental health reports are kept private. 3. Witness safety discussions. If certain testimony is considered dangerous, courts seal it. 4. Leaked evidence. There are unverified claims online that something may have leaked earlier. Courts often handle these privately. None of this is confirmed, but this section of the hearing is what created the biggest storm. When the hearing resumed, journalists filed back in. They described the energy as completely different. Some legal teams looked rattled, others looked frustrated. Security moved positions, people whispered. Nobody knew what happened inside, and nobody was allowed to ask. But based on the reactions alone, it was clear. Whatever happened behind closed doors, it mattered. Because this case has a connection to Charlie Kirk, the political world reacted fast. Influencers posted instant breakdowns. Commentators debated transparency. Public figures demanded answers. Some claimed the secrecy protects due process. Others argued it undermines public trust. This case has become bigger than one defendant, bigger than one courtroom. It's now part of a larger national conversation. Transparency, media access, judicial fairness, high-profile cases, political influence. And that is why this hearing is now trending across platforms. Legal experts predict several outcomes. 1. Portions of the sealed audio may eventually be released. 2. The gag order might tighten. 3. More hearings could be closed. 4. Media organizations will continue fighting for access. 5. Public pressure may grow, especially from political groups. Some analysts even suggest that this case could become a national transparency battle. Here's the question looming over this entire case. What happened inside that sealed session? Was it routine, or was it something the public would find shocking? Why were even family members excluded? Why did the judge cut the broadcast? Why were the media pushed out? We don't know yet, but every sign suggests that this case is entering a more secretive, more intense, and potentially more explosive phase. And when the truth finally emerges, whether days, weeks, or months from now, it may reshape the entire conversation around this case. Let me know what you think. Do you believe the closed hearing was justified, or is the court hiding something the public deserves to know? Drop your theories in the comments. We'll be following every update, every filing, every twist as this case develops. Make sure to subscribe for part 2, because the sealed audio, the gag order, the family removal, this isn't the end. It's the beginning. Fade out.